How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today, I wanted to share with you a few tips. These probably are actually more hacks that we use on our RV that might help you out. I wanted to be able to pass these along. Sometimes finding that tip or that modification or that hack to really use your RV or modify a space so that you can use it better can really just take things to that next level. So one of the first things that I want to share with you guys is something that we have been doing for a while, and is what I do is I put a fuse in the 7-pin connector on a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, and it allows the lights to light up on the outside of the RV. And I do this for 3 different reasons. Number one, I used to do it because it would allow me to test the lights on the RV. If I had a bulb that was out, I didn't have to hook up the truck to make sure I was replacing the right bulb. I could just do that. Also, if you wanted to have lights on the outside, this could be an option that's something that's not super bright for everybody else that's out there, that gives you some marker lights on the outside. But the third one that's really interesting is it turns on our backup cameras. So we have a backup camera in the back, and then we have 2 side cameras, so when we're going down the road, we can have all those viewing areas. So when I have that fuse in there, it's powering the cameras, the one in the back, the 2 on the side. So I can just bring that monitor inside, connect it to 12-volt power, and I can see out the back, I can see out the sides, I can see the front door. It gives me the ability to see on the outside of the RV if all the shades are closed. It has night vision. So it comes in handy if I wanted to be able to see the cameras on the outside from inside the RV. So there are other ways you could wire up those cameras so that you don't have to have the outside lights on to have those cameras on, but this just works out really simple. It's a little hack to be able to give you that functionality. And then what we use for power for the monitor inside is we just use our jump start device. I could put an outlet in here wherever I want, but this just makes it really mobile inside of the RV. This is our jump start device for our truck. So I got one that's really small and compact so I can keep it in the truck, but then it has a high peak output so that it can hopefully start our truck if we have a low battery, be able to give us a jump start. So this gives us the mobility of having the monitor inside anywhere we wanted in the RV. I like using it for that because I can use the battery if we haven't used it for the jump start device, and then it gives me a chance to charge it up. So using this occasionally and then charging it back up keeps the battery fresh on the inside. Now this next one's a really simple way to be able to add a shelf inside of the RV, say in a cabinet. Sometimes you want to add a shelf and you want it to match the cabinets, and sometimes you just need an adjustable shelf inside of the cabinets to be able to organize it a little bit better. So this one's a combination of a wire shelf and command hooks. And it's really as easy as cutting the shelf and putting the hooks on the wall so that that shelf can sit right into those hooks. The hooks support the wire, and it's really easy to change this if you didn't want to make something permanent. So you can pull the wire shelf off, you could pull the command hooks out, and you can move them however you wanted to. So we did this in the bathroom cabinet to just give us a shelf in there to be able to store some extra things, just make it a little bit more tidy from what it was originally to make it a little bit more usable. And the other thing about this wire shelf is it usually has that lip. Usually you put that lip down, but for us, I flipped it upside down and have that lip going up. So if we put stuff on there, it's not going to fall off when we're driving. So that lip will help it stay inside where it should. So we also put one of these quick shelves in the bedroom for my hats. I've been known to wear hats occasionally. And so I wanted a place where they weren't getting smashed, and I had a shelf to be able to put them on. So this was a quick and easy way to accomplish that. So a quick tip with the command strips, because I've seen some people have a hard time with them not sticking to the wall the way that they should. So you want to have that wall be really clean. So I wouldn't clean it with window clean or anything like that. What we usually do is we use rubbing alcohol, and we are able to clean up the wall. You can see on this cotton swab everything that it's pulling off. That's the stuff that would stop the command strip from sticking to the wall. So once you get it cleaned and you wipe off the excess of any of that rubbing alcohol on there, that command strip should stick on there really well and to be able to hold a shelf like this. It's going to be a light duty shelf. I'm not going to be putting cans on there, but it's great for the hats and the toilet paper and just some of these smaller items to help organize that area. Now, this last one is really simple, and it's just keeping one of these really small plastic tape measures in the door of your truck. Now, I keep this just for being able to measure the slides when the slides are open to make sure that I have enough clearance. And it's what I did on here is I marked B for bedroom, L for living room. So depending on how you want to mark the different things that you want to check for clearance, and you don't have to remember those numbers. You don't have to look for a big long stick with multiple marks on it. This is something that's just really easy. You always have it right in the door of the truck, It's never going to be more handy than that. And then you can check the clearances on the outside of the RV when you get there. If it's easy, accessible, you're going to use it a whole lot more than if it's something more difficult, maybe tucked away. So keeping this right in the door of the truck is the key to being able to use it. My argument for this method is you're not going to find anything more compact, more simple, and more handy than a small little tape measure right next to you. So these are the 3-4 things: being able to use the monitor indoors, having those lights, using that fuse in the 7-pin connector, making your shelf inside of the RV quick and really easy, and then having a compact way to be able to measure the clearances on the outside of your RV. So I think that's gonna do it for today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will. See you next video.